What's going on, all you foxbody fanatics? Welcome back to another episode. What are we doing today? Well, we got some big shop construction coming up and some shop updates. So stick along and see what we're doing here in the 91LX garage to get ready for the winter. So we got Sweetleaf outside, which is something I don't like doing, but she's going to have to stay outside for a few days. So I'm going to put the cover on her because, yeah, that's just going to get full of leaves. It's ridiculous how many mature trees I have, and it's fall. So I have no choice because I need to fix some of the crumbling concrete here. So this is going to be the big project for tomorrow. I'm going to try and cut the concrete back flat, and then I'm going to pour a rudimentary slab because the whole slab needs to be redone, but I need this so I can seal my door for the winter, because normally I store Sweetleaf for the winter, but this year the swap's going down, so she's got to stay here. So we've got our 4,000 watt 240 volt ceiling heater for the garage, so it's nice and toasty, but now we need to make sure that the door seals properly. Plus I don't want any field mice or anything like that getting into the garage, and I don't want to do the full slab right now because you guys know it's tight quarters here, and the eventual plan is the middle wall's getting knocked out. And yeah, that's right, the garage is actually twice as big as it looks. So we're going to get a door put in here. Well, actually my wife's going to do it, she's a contractor, and then we're going to tear out the middle wall, finish it all like the rest, and then pour one new fresh slab with new footings and everything. Already did the steel roof a few years ago, about 4 years ago now. So yeah, so we'll replace this door at that time, and we'll put a brand new matching door on this side, and we will have a 2-car plus some room to work. So enough jawing around, let's get the cover on her to keep the leaves out of the cowl and everything. So Sweetleaf's all set to go. Yeah, so we got to make it so that the door actually comes down and has something to seat onto. First thing we're going to do is we're going to get the air compressor. We're going to blow out all these leaves because I need to spray some spray foam in underneath to make sure the concrete doesn't just keep pouring underneath the slab, because this is just a footing, and it's dirt under this slab. So, and we'll actually have a nice rake, because right now it's fine with the 15s, but once I get the new wheels and tires that I've made a deal on and we've had a parlay about, I don't think that's going to be very good for the low profile tires. So just saying. So I've got it mostly blown out, and then tomorrow morning before we start tomorrow before we start pouring, still have a lot to do before we can pour. But before we start pouring, we'll wash it all with soap and water. Concrete right there. Got the old wheelbarrow out. 5-liter parts. And we're going to use this stuff, concrete adhesive. We're going to put that down before we pour the new stuff. Got my cement drill, and got a new bit. Got a couple cans of the great stuff, high expansion foam, and a bunch of tap cons. And I know this is not the proper way to do it, but it sure will help. Going to drill into the existing concrete with this, drill all the threaded part in, and then this will just stick out, and then I'll be able to pour the concrete, and this will act as an anchor, or at least help. I mean, I only see the shop being like this maybe 5 more years max before I completely renovate it. So whatever fix we come up with here, it only has to last 5 years. So I'm looking at this and thinking I maybe didn't get enough concrete. So hopefully that's not the case, but if so, we'll run to the hardware store and get more. So what we're going to do now is keep cleaning, and then tomorrow morning when Sam gets here to help, we're going to cut the line straight from the footing to the footing on the other side, cut it all straight, and then it'll have to be elevated. It won't be pretty. It's going to have to be elevated because there's still quite a bit of a gap under the door, even if this were all flush. So there's still going to be a gap, so I'm going to have to do like a raised bump. Like I said, this is function over form, just trying to keep it as warm as we can in there to cut down on the heating costs and make it a little more enjoyable to work in here this winter. So we're going to have to fill all that with the expanding foam so that the concrete doesn't keep pouring out. Again, my wife's laughing at me because I'm taking on this project by myself, and this is her trade, so it's kind of funny, but I'm gonna try to make her proud. Got the compressor, the 2x4, shop vac, shovels, wheelbarrow, got the skill saw, got the bags of concrete, got the leaves cleaned up really good around here. So basically we're going to saw this edge from the footing to the footing, make it a nice clean line. Then we're going to clean it with some soap and water. And then we're going to add the concrete adhesive, and we'll pour. Obviously we got to build a little form, and we're going to make a little rake to go in, and then it's going to have to hump back down so that the door actually seals, because it's not about being pretty, it's just about keeping it as warm as possible in here. As you can see, Sweet Leaf's outside. She's wearing her blanket. It's cold. It's fall. Had a lot of rain lately. The river's really high over there, so let's hope it doesn't get any higher than that. There's not any rain in the forecast for the next few days, so hopefully that'll flow down river and dissipate. Yeah, got the hose off, but ready for tomorrow, and yeah, tomorrow's another day. A little quick shop update. Here, maybe you can see what I'm talking about better. We need to do that so that the door at least comes very close, and then I can put a rubber seal on the bottom. Yeah, this is a really old one-piece door. It's probably been there since the late 40s, early 50s, maybe even early 60s. I don't know. But when I spray foamed the shop, I spray foamed it, but with all these gaps around it, it doesn't really do much. Now, the side gaps, I always stuff insulation every winter, and then I wrap the whole thing in plastic. But there's always that to contend with, so this is what I gotta try and fix. I'm no carpenter, and my wife, she is, but she's got so many hours right now, and my days off never coincide with her days off, so I decided I was gonna try and tackle this with Sam and get it done. So hopefully I don't butcher it too bad. So here, Halloween decorations. Let me show you. So yeah, that's what we have to fill. The rest is pretty simple. When I do open everything up, then I'll want to change the door, but for the meantime, you know what, it does the job, and that's all that matters. This heater's great. I live in Canada, so winters can be brutal. This is actually a 100-year-old barn, and I've spray foamed. I studded everything, spray foamed it, put plywood up everywhere, built a platform there, built a workbench here, built some cabinetry out of some old cabinets from the house. That's actually an old chimney that was removed, and I built a little storage closet there. And yeah, that door goes on to the other side, which is about the exact same size as this side, maybe a foot shorter width-wise, but obviously same length. So eventually we're going to tear out this wall, and on the other side it's a complete vaulted ceiling. So one day I will be able to have my 4-post lift, but that's just dreaming for right now. Oh, by the way, here's the first look at this. Look at that. No paint yet, but yeah, we're going to be sawing concrete in here, so I'm going to put a tarp over all this, so I kind of assembled as much as I could in one area. Thanks to Ford Blue for the wicked custom license plate and the beautiful Ford sign. You're awesome, dude. Really appreciate that. That's cold. As you can see, fall is upon us. Pretty colors have turned into leaves everywhere. And Sweet Leaf is outside, which still not super happy about. So, it's been 48 hours now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to knock out the form and see what we have. Now I know there's divots in the asphalt, and I'm going to have no choice. I'm going to have to fill that with some crushed stone or something. Like I said, we're not going for perfection. I wasn't spending thousands of dollars to redo the driveway. I'm not doing that until I landscape and do everything to open the door, the garage rather. So without further ado, drill, hammer, let's get to work. Well, look at that, you foxbody fanatics. For two guys that were just winging it, it came out pretty darn good. Gonna try to do something to fill that little, not the gap, but maybe some crushed stone, or I'm not sure yet. I'll talk to my wife. She knows more about this stuff than I do. And gonna order a brand new rubber seal for the bottom of the door, and that should solve the floor to base of garage door problems. Now I can concentrate on the gap all around, which might just get stuffed with plastic and insulation for this year, because this door is ancient and it needs replaced, and probably going to replace that hopefully in the spring. So there we have it. Alright, all you foxbody fanatics, that's going to do it for this video. So, I'm pretty happy with what we accomplished. We got the heat, which was a huge deal. I want to thank my wife for giving me a hand in little couple projects we did. And we got the concrete fixed at the base of the door. So these are two huge things when it comes to heating a 100-year-old barn that I've converted into a makeshift garage. So, needless to say, I'm very pleased. Thank you to Steph. Thank you to Sammy. Wouldn't have been able to do this without your help. And I want to thank all you guys for watching and subscribing and clicking the bell and doing all the YouTubey things. It definitely is encouraging to keep going. And we got a lot more to do in the shop. This is a constant project. I've been at this for 5 years in my spare time, as budget allows. Like everything I do, it seems to take forever, but bit by bit, we turn crap into, I wouldn't say gold, maybe silver, plated gold crap, whatever you want to call it. So until the next time, peace.